Hey folks, how y'all doing? Trent Clark here. Happy Monday to you from Mallett Buildings. We got a good little show for you today. Remember, today is Monday, so the engineer Daryl will be in. Look, if you have questions for next Monday or today or whenever, and you want the Daryl to address some of them, let us know. He'll be glad to answer them live for you, and it might educate somebody else. But today, he's going to be talking about How Tall Part 2. So we'll see what he's got to say here in a little while. As always, we like to start off our live videos, $500 discount every week to healthcare workers, educators, first responders, and military personnel. If you're one of those people looking for a building, make sure you grab your extra $500 off, folks. I don't think our competitors do anything like that, and if they do, good for them. If they don't, we do it for you. We're proud of that. We're proud of y'all. Thank you for your services, and get your extra $500 discount. Now, if you want to upgrade to an elite package or a signature package, you can always type in cash to a live feed just like this one, and you're going to get an extra $1,000 off, okay? So make sure you grab that. Now, specials and promotion, look, these Cajun Oasis, I'm telling you, are selling like hotcakes. Why? Because we're going to put an air conditioner in there for you, and we're going to put an electrical package. This is our classic Cajun Oasis. It's a 30 by 50 by 12 for $49,999. It includes insulation, a roof and wall insulation, climate control, 5-ton unit, and electricity. Okay? Now listen, you always can upgrade to foam. That's not included in here, but you are going to get the insulation that we provide there. We can also do the foam for you if you want to ask that. But these packages are selling very good. That's a $10,000 value, folks, that we're throwing in. Okay? Now, if you want to upgrade to the best building, well, our Classic is the best building compared to what our competitors do. But the best building in the industry, meaning we're going to give you more value with like gutters, gutter brushes, control joints, post protectors, 6-inch concrete. It goes on, folks, in an elite package. Same building, same everything for $59,999, same size, but you get all the bells and whistles, folks. And we can explain that to you, what that is. Our building specialists are downstairs waiting to answer your phone calls. Can we upgrade with concrete as well? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So remember, this is, you get an electrical package and a 5-ton unit, okay? So folks, these buildings, nobody else can do this except for us. Remember, these buildings are going to come with 5-on-12. I'm going to get into that in a little while. But 5-on-12 roof pitch, 2x8 standard scissor truss, folks. Nobody else can do that. No other competitor can do that out there. So remember that. Remember, we got this promotion for the October. You get, for the guys out there, you get it's a reveal camera for $350. The value of that is about $350, and for her, we're giving a $250 spa day coupon or gift card. So that's just for saying thank you if you buy a building this month with us. I think we got like 10 or 11 left. We started with 25. We got 10 or 11 left, folks. So make sure if you're in the market, grab this, and we're going to give you a prize for doing business with us. Okay? Today, right now, I think we're going to do a live thing. My marketing team has been putting this together all day. We got over 1,300 views. But anyway, look, right now, live, we're fixing to spin the wheel and pick a winner. Okay? Tell me when we're going. All right, we're going now, folks. We have over 1,300 people. Marketing's been working hard to put all the people in the pot, all the extra people that came in the pot today. So good luck to y'all out there. Let's see who it's going to be. Huh? Oh, yeah, parking pass, Rockstar parking, all that. Here we go. It's slowing down, folks. Let's see. Who's it going to be? Oh, we got a winner. Veda Belvita is the winner. So Veda Belvita, you are the winner of the tickets. Remember, folks, Everything we do here at Mallett goes the extra mile, just like these tickets. These tickets, you get rockstar parking, 2 field passes, great seats. You can't beat it, okay? So now that we did that, congratulations. Look, folks, we're going to do more of these. So y'all, thank you for liking and sharing, but we'll have more. We'll have more for you to get. I think there's three more home games? Yeah, 3 more home games. We're going to give tickets away everywhere. But look, these are not just tickets. It's like you get rockstar parking, I call it. I mean, you literally get out of your car and you walk maybe 50, 30 yards or so, and you're at the front steps. I mean, you can't beat that, and you get 2 field passes. So that's a cool little deal. Congratulations to Veda Belvita. All right, now let's move on. Okay, talk about our ambassador program. What is that exactly? Well, you buy a building from us and you want to be an ambassador. We'd love for you to show your building to whoever wants to see it, and we'll pay you a referral fee if they buy a building, and that's usually about $200. We also are going to be giving away throughout the year to our ambassadors gifts, all the swag is what our marketing team calls it. We'll be mailing that out. We also have a monthly letter that kind of goes out, touching base, telling them what all we got going on here at Mallett. That's on the ambassador side. So if you got a building out there and you want to become an ambassador, let us know and we'll hook you up. Now, from a customer standpoint, what does that mean? Well, our building specialist can set you up an appointment somewhere close to you, because we have ambassadors all out there, somebody that's close to you, so you can go walk through a building and actually see the building, talk to the customer, and kind of grade us and see how we did, and see how you like our building. I think you'll be really impressed. Like I said, our competitors, they can't build what we do. They're light years behind us, okay? And I'll tell you a little bit about why that is in a minute. So 2 different sides from there. If you're a customer, ambassadors will be glad to show you their building. Let's move on to the next thing. 5 red flags. Folks, listen. We always like to talk about the 5 red flags. Why? Because you're spending money, and we want to make sure that you're educated out there to see where you can find these red flags out, because there are people out there every day getting their money taken away from them, and buildings having to come down because they didn't do it the right way. So let's start out. 5 red flags that we believe years in business. You can find that out on the Secretary of State, folks. You can go to the Secretary of State, make sure how long they've been in business. It might be a red flag if you go to look up at the Secretary of State and you don't see them on there. Because that means they don't have a business license for the state of Louisiana. So that may be the first red flag, okay? But you can check out how many years in business. I think that, I'm proud to say we've been in business for 26 years, and we continue to improve our process and make our buildings the best building in the country. And when we say that, it's true, all right? Now, licensure, proper licensure. You can go to the LSLBC and find that information out. If they're gonna, even though you may be pulling the permit and be the contractor on record, they still need to have a contractor's license to erect a building in your backyard. You can find that out at the LSLBC. If they don't have one, you might consider somebody else, okay? We are state licensed in residential, commercial, and electrical. All right, so we can do it all, and you can hire us to be the contractor on record. Be prepared to pay about 15 to 20%, depending on where you live and all the details of your building. All right, so you can find that out at the Secretary of State. Now, also on the same site, you can find out if they have any violations. After 26 years, I'm proud to say we haven't had any violations. I cannot say that for most of our competitors. Most all of them do have some violations. That might be a red flag, folks, so check that out. Reviews on BBB and Google. Listen, we have over 600 reviews between Google and BBB. I don't know if all of our competitors together reach a tenth of what we have, folks. Now, I'm not saying that to belittle anybody. I'm just letting you know that just proves to whoever's watching that we've been here for the long haul, and we're going to be here for the long haul to take care of your building needs, okay? If they don't have any reviews, folks, I think that might be a red flag. But you make the decision. It's your money. You can do what you want. I'm just saying that might be a red flag. And red flag number 2, visit the contractor's facility. We'd love to invite you here anytime you're here, passing through I-10, stop on by. We'll show you the truss plant. We're moving right along on our roll form plant. Like I said, we manufacture a lot of our stuff here. We have tons of wood here. You can see all your windows, your doors. It's all inventoried here, folks. Our competitors, however, may have a single office to conduct business. They're having to sub out all their stuff for you, and that's fine. You do what you want. But it might be a red flag if they don't have an office or if you're in the front seat of their vehicle signing a contract. I'm just saying. So check out the red flags, the serious stuff. We're trying to help and educate the public on what you need to know when you're about to make a large purchase like a building. All right, now, some of the takeaways I want to go over with you guys. Listen, I said it before, our competitor's very best building doesn't compare with our building. Why? Because their best building is way, way underneath our classic building. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, our competitor uses 29 gauge. Mallett Classic, we're going to use, and that's our low-end building, folks. We're going to use 26 gauge. Our competitors are going to do 4 on 12 pitch. We got a 5 on 12 roof pitch. That's a big deal. Our competitors' truss size are going to be 2x6, and by the way, most of the time, that's going to be white wood. It's definitely not going to be number 1 kiln-dried lumber like we use over here. And we have 2x8 scissor trusses standard. Number 1 grade wood, folks. All MCA treated lumber on the whole building. But those 2x8s are 170 mile an hour wind. And look, it's superior. They're going to tell you that it's not necessary. I'm here to tell you it is. All right. Common flat truss, ours is scissor truss. Like I said, they're about 130. We're 170 on just your roof. Now, uplift control, they have none. We have what we call the Mallett cable lock system, folks. Superior to anything out there. It's aircraft cable interlocked underneath your slab, tying all posts together, and then we pour that slab on top. It helps tremendously with the uplift protection of your building. Our competitors just can't do that. Our competitors, their posts sit in the ground with nothing. We're going to put an 80-pound bag of concrete on the bottom of that to prevent sinking of your posts. Headers, our competitors are going to use 2x8 headers, okay? We're going to use 2x12 headers. Like I said, everything we're saying on here is a superior product than what our competitors use. And the bottom line is, if you bring us a competitor's bid, we're going to beat it by $1,000. It's not going to be apples to apples. I just told you why. There's way more stuff here, folks, that I can go on. 4,000 PSI concrete's what we use. Our competitors use 3,000. We're 33% stronger. Every category here is just a superior product than what our competitors use. Why is that important? Because on their regular building, they only got one type of building. We got 3 levels of building. Our classic building compares with all the competitors' buildings out there. That's what I'm talking about here. If you're comparing apples to apples, it's not going to happen over here because we just have so much more superior products and technology than they got. So anyway, bottom line is we have it in writing. We're not just talking about it. We can send you this. If you need us to send this, just say, hey, send me the comparison chart, and we'd be glad to send it to you. We have another comparison chart, though, however, when you're talking about our 3 buildings. All right, you got our classic building. I just told you what our competitors do, but now we got our classic, our elite, and what the difference is there. And why it's different and why it matters. And we can break all that down. We got different spec sheets for each level of building that we use. So it's very important that you understand that, and our building specialists should be able to explain all that to you. And if they can't, you can ask for me personally. My name's Trent. All right? So That's it for me today. We got Daryl coming up. How Tall Part 2. All right, here we go, Daryl.
Hey, I'm Daryl Cassell, the engineer here at Mallett. And, you know, we always try to keep it positive here at Mallett. And so it's hard to talk about football on a Monday after the Saints lose and the Tigers lose. But we can look back on things. As I was talking about last week, and I love college football. And this week was a really big week in the SEC. LSU played Vanderbilt. They were ranked. And then Alabama played Tennessee, and they were ranked. And then Ole Miss played, who did Ole Miss play? Georgia. And they were both ranked. And so it was a good week. And I just love this time of the year and love watching college football. And, you know, I was thinking about, my dad's still alive, he's 90, and I was talking to him about LSU football and people that I remembered, and one guy that we talked about was Hokie Gajan. And if y'all remember Hokie, he was really an amazing guy. He was not fast. He played fullback, and he averaged like 6 yards a carry as a fullback just because nobody could bring him down. He was just like a bull. And then he went on to play for the Saints for a little while, and then hurt his knee, and then he was a scout for the Saints, and then he ended up on the radio for the Saints. And he had all these sayings, and I told my dad that I needed to, there's probably out there on the internet, there's a list of famous Hokie Gajan sayings on from the radio. But I remember one time that he was talking about the Saints defense, and they were pressuring the offense, the opposing offense, and he said that the Saints defensive end was beating the offensive lineman like a government mule. I just remember that and thought that was funny. But he had a lot of them. And also, I have something else I got to tell you. I have a grandson that's getting ready to be born right now. He's still in his mama's belly, but he's going to be born here in the next few hours, hopefully. And yesterday I was telling someone a terrible joke, and I thought I'd share it with you. Uncle Boudreaux, they had some twins were born, and so they decided to bring in Uncle Boudreaux to give the twins their names. And Uncle Boudreaux was kind of a different kind of guy, and so they really didn't know what to expect. And so Uncle Boudreaux looked at one of the twins and said, "We'll call that one Denise." And they said, "Oh, that's such a nice name. You did good, Uncle Boudreaux." And then he turned to the other twin and he said, "We'll call that one the nephew." And so that's my bad joke for the day. But now, back to our buildings. We were talking last week about how tall. And we talked about how an RV, there's 3 different classes. The biggest RV is about 13 feet tall. And then a semi truck is up to 14 foot tall. And then a giraffe is a little bit taller than a semi. And then a fire truck has a height of 10 to 12 feet. And so that kind of gives you some idea about these large vehicles. And we talked about this building, that's a 16 foot tall door, and so it would easily take all those things, including the giraffe. And then, of course, we talked about how how our trusses are scissor trusses, and so you get an additional height because of the scissor truss. And I showed you how this scissor truss for a 50 foot wide building has an additional height of 5 feet. And so today I wanted to show you some of the building plans that we've done. This is a 50 by 50 by 16 tall building, and it has a 10-foot tall roll-up door and a 14-foot roll-up door. So that 14-foot roll-up door, and then it has the 12-foot roll-up door. So that would be big enough there for your RV. And then this building is 40 by 60 by 16, and it has 14-foot tall roll-up doors. So this building would house, you could put your RV there, and you could put your fire truck there. So that would be a good sized building. And there's the 40-foot trusses. And then this one is 30 by 40 by 16, and it has 12-foot tall roll-up doors. And then this one, this was interesting. This is 30 by 30 by 12. And it's a very common building that we sell all the time. And you know, really when you think about it, this is the perfect size for a 2-car garage. And I don't know if you ever noticed this, but you know, I'm sure you know this. You know, the standard garage in a house that you buy is like 24 feet wide. And they call it a 2-car garage. And you have to be Houdini to get 2 cars in that garage. And you can't have anything in that garage hardly, like bicycles or boxes or anything. The 2 cars take up the whole garage. But this is a really nice size building for 2 cars. The 10-foot door is big enough. Like I told you last week, the lane of the interstate is either 10 or 11 foot wide, and all cars are less than 10 feet. Even large trucks are less than 10 feet. So that gives you plenty of space to put 1 car, 2 car, plus your bicycles and boxes. And there, that's a let's see, that's a 10-foot tall door, which is plenty tall enough for that. And so that's our talk for today. And so here at Mallett, we just have, as I always say, we have a commitment to excellence, and we always are striving to do better, and we're trying to take care of every situation that comes along. And I'm always available every day of the week to handle any problem that comes up. And I talk to all the guys, especially on Mondays. I'm here on Mondays, but every day I talk to the guys, especially Mr. Ferg and Jessica, the designer, about the situations that come up. So we can answer all your questions, and if you ever need to know, well, how tall does my building need to be, we could tell you. So give Mallett a call and give us a try. We'll see y'all next week.